Hi everyone, I'm Marissa and welcome to my channel, The Budgeting Wife, where we talk about budgeting tips to help you feel confident and hopeful for your financial future. In today's video, I'm showing you our September budget report, showing you all the money that we brought in and how we allocated or spent it in our budget. But before we get into it, I want to let you know if you are interested in getting the budget template that I will be using today, you can actually pick it up as an instant Excel download through my Etsy shop for $5, so I will have a link to that in the description box down below. Without further ado, here's a look at our budget. It was a crazy month for us as my husband Jacob and we just bought a house, and so we closed in the month of September, so there was a lot of money going out this month, and I'll definitely be breaking it all down for you. We bought a house in Portland, Oregon, if you're wondering, and we'll get into that more later in the budget. So Jacob and I have a zero-based budget, which means that all of our income equals all of our expenses in our budget. So every dollar gets a name. And in this top section is our income, and I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out. I do have a day job, and so this is my day job income and my husband's as well. But I do show you our side hustle income, and we're planning on bringing home $1,730 from my business, but this month I actually only brought home $1,585 from my business. So down here below, I'll show you how that happened. We ended up bringing home a little bit less in income, like initial income I brought home less. I only brought home like $2,000, and there were a couple things that changed mid-month that I was planning on happening, so that's why I brought home a little bit less. I did spend $113 in business-related expenses for the month, and then I put an additional $300 into business savings. And the reason why I put money into business savings is to save for my trip to FinCon. FinCon is a financial blogger and YouTuber media event that happens every year, and this year it was in DC, and it was in the month of September. So we had a lot of fun. Jacob and I went, and it was a week long, and we got to kind of do some sightseeing and had a great vacation out of it as well. So for FinCon, I actually spent $1,242 on FinCon related expenses. So my ending balance for my business savings is now $83.51. So I added a little bit more than I usually do for my business savings to be able to cover the rest of those FinCon expenses. So the total income, oh, and then we also brought in $198 in other income. So I have shared about this openly on my channel, but my husband Jacob and I were pregnant this summer, and unfortunately I had a miscarriage almost 7 weeks in July. And during that pregnancy, even though I was very early when I miscarried, I got very excited and like planned out all these things, and I'd actually planned out like a baby moon because I was like super excited about all this. And so we were planning on going to Dallas, Texas in December, and we were going to go to a Dallas Cowboys game. Long story short, I was able to cancel the trip, but I already bought tickets for this football game, but I was able to resell them on Ticketmaster, and so I got my money back. So this is the sale of those tickets. That was a long story long, but anyway, so the total money that we brought home was $6,990. So now to show you all of the expenses and where we spent the money this month. So this first section that I have blocked out is our giving. So Jacob and I are Christians, and we believe in tithing, giving to our church and other organizations. So that's very important to us, but we keep it just blocked out for privacy. Next we have rent. So we are now officially moved out of our apartment, but we have to pay rent for September and October. So rent was $14.55 this month. We then, for our apartment, we had $69.53 in utilities, and we paid $45.76 in electric. Our internet was standard $39.99, and our phones were standard $108. Car insurance went up by $10, and I need to look into why this is because I have no clue why. So it was $178.36. Groceries was actually less than what we were planning on spending, and that's for a few reasons. We only spent $176.77. So for 1 week in September, that first week of September, we were on vacation or at FinCon, so we weren't buying groceries then. But then we were moving at the end of September, so I was really just trying to eat everything out of our pantry and our fridge. So we spent very minimal on groceries this month because of that. Eating out, we spent $63 when we had budgeted $75, so we stayed under on that, which is great. And then gas was also under by almost $4, which was fantastic. Right on track there. We put $200 into a Roth IRA each month. And then we also have household and fun expenses, which we spent 0 on this month, but we did spend other household expenses, which I'll show in another section. And then miscellaneous, we spent $81.19 on just random things that we did not budget for. It's always so valuable to have a miscellaneous category. So the total money out that we spent was $3,241.92. And that was about 50%, right at 50% of our take home. Okay, so now to show you our sinking funds and our savings items, because this is where we spent a lot of money, you guys, and all related to buying a house this month. So first off, we have our emergency fund set at $10,000, which I've shared that we want to increase that now that we are in a house. While we were renters, this was, I think, like 5 months of expenses, necessary expenses for us. And I want to bump this up to 6 months or even more for our new house expenses. So that'll be about like $25,000 for us. I think that if we are really hustling at it and really sacrificing, we can get it by February. And I just want to hurry up and get there and be done with it and then move on and be able to put more to investing and paying off the house. So first off, we have Jacob. Jacob gets $100 of personal spending money each month, and he didn't spend anything. So he now has $213.85. Next, I also get $100 of spending money, and I spent $14.95, so I'm now at $454.27. So I'm building it up. I'm gonna have to spend on something pretty soon. Then we have extra giving. We put $50 a month into an extra giving fund, and I love doing this because it allows us the permission to say yes to a giving opportunity if it comes up. And we did actually spend $12.14 this month just being able to bless someone. And so our ending balance is $167.90. Next, we have vacation. So we normally put $200 a month into our vacation fund. And since we did go to Washington, D.C., again, most of that trip was business related, but we did take like 1 extra day to make it like a vacation and make it fun. So we ended up putting more money into the vacation fund so that it could be at a 0 ending balance after that trip. So since we are trying to be so aggressive with saving for that emergency fund by February, we realized that we're gonna have to make some sacrifices elsewhere, which means we actually aren't going to be putting any money towards a vacation until we are done with our emergency fund. So I just wanted to zero out this fund and make it, done for now. So vacation, we actually put $476.27 into. We spent $360.45 on DC related expenses. This was food, this was 1 night of hotel, and other miscellaneous like souvenirs and fun things. So our ending balance for the vacation fund is now 0. Next, we have Christmas, and we put $20 a month into a Christmas fund. And so we now have $180 saved for Christmas, and that'll be ready to go by December. Then we have a car maintenance fund we put $75 a month into, and so we have an ending balance now of $388.37. We do need new tires for my Corolla here soon, especially now that we're getting into the rainy season for Oregon. I probably need them like sooner rather than later, so we are close to having all of that saved up. And then house maintenance. This month, house maintenance was our like catch-all, like wherever we could save money in other categories, we put it to house maintenance because there were some things that we decided to purchase for our new home. We got a few things, like we actually got a new bed. We got a king size bed, which I'm so thankful for. We got an IKEA dresser. We got a Ring doorbell. We got an Echo Bee thermostat. We got painting supplies, paint and everything. So we spent a lot on getting things up and ready for our house. We moved in, we got the keys mid-September, and then we moved in at the end of September. So this is my first time in my office studio area of the new house. But we ended up spending $2,189.89 on house maintenance related expenses. And so that puts us at a balance of now $129.93. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to resist the urge because there are some really cute things that I'd love to pick up and make the house just feel more like home, and decor pieces and those sorts of things. But I know I'm just gonna have to chill out. Again, since we are working on sacrificing so we can, increase that emergency fund to $25,000, we also aren't going to be actually putting money into the house maintenance fund right now. Once we do have that emergency fund taken care of, I plan to put $350 a month into house maintenance, and that would be about 1% annually of our house value. So for right now, we aren't planning on spending any more money on new home furnishings, new home things. If there is a house emergency, like something has to be repaired, we'll just take that out of the emergency fund for now. But I am really looking forward to having that house maintenance fund after we do have a fully funded emergency fund, so that we can have like a buffer for our emergency fund. Like, I don't even want to ever have to touch that $25,000. So it'll feel really good to have that house maintenance fund all taken care of. But for right now, we are gonna leave this at $129. Maybe there's a couple things we'll pick up in October, but besides that, not too much. Okay, then we have this clothing line item. Honestly, I haven't used it in so long. I just need to get rid of it out of our budget. So that'll go away here. And then wedding. Jacob was a groomsman in a wedding in September, and so we've been saving $50 a month for covering groomsman related expenses. So we plan to put $50, and then after all of the other costs related to being a groomsman, he only had to spend $27. Oh, actually, we didn't spend anything this month for the wedding, because the wedding was September 1st. So I just took what our remaining balance was and moved it up to the house maintenance fund. So I only put $27.64 on there to be able to zero out this fund, because we won't need it anymore now that the wedding's done. And then finally, the house. So we saved $580 extra for the house, and we ended up spending $20,944.33 on the house, which was our down payment and closing costs. We did put like earnest money down earlier, like a good month ago. So this was the remaining balance that we owed. So we zeroed out this fund, and I put whatever we needed in there to zero out the house down payment fund, and that's now taken care of as well. So we're going to have some of these funds go away because they are totally done. So that is a look at our budget, and we have a difference here of 0, and this is what makes it a zero-based budget. I also want to show you guys our net worth update, because we now have a liability. If you guys know, we are completely we have been completely debt-free, don't have student loans, car loan, credit card debt, nothing, but now we have a mortgage, and so we technically do have debt. And so I wanted to show you like an update of our net worth. So with our 401k, 403b, and Roth IRA, we put money into those, and the beginning balance for the month was $33,289, and we ended the month with $34,453 in those accounts. And so we had an increase of $1,164 and an overall gain of $347.67, which means that just by letting the money sit there, the market went up, and we got that much money just for letting our money sit there, which is pretty great. Okay, we also have a house now as an asset, and your net worth, I didn't mention this, your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. So our house is now an asset, and I'm just tracking it with Zillow of what Zillow says the house is worth, which is $428,356. And then cash on hand, we went from $31,000 down to $11,000. Cars, we are still remaining like the same in our cars, around $13,000. And then we have just like jewelry, which a lot of people won't include in a net worth update, which makes sense. And so the ending balance for our assets now is $493,911. And now we do have a mortgage, and the balance on our mortgage is $406,600, which is like crazy. Like, it's crazy to think that we are in debt of that much again, but I know it's a mortgage. So our ending net worth is $87,311. I had this big goal for us this year to hit $100,000 net worth by the end of the year, which we have 3 more months to do, and I think that we're gonna be close to making that. So that would be an awesome way to end 2019 for sure. So that is a look at our overall budget for September. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more budgeting videos. And if you wanna learn more about budgeting, then check out this playlist of budgeting videos, and I'll see you there.